Morning everybody, welcome to Barcelona for round 9 of the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. It is day 2, qualifying 2, and it is a much better morning in terms of weather, isn't it? No fog around this morning, so we are running pretty much to time. We did have a couple of red flags in the GT Open session, so we are about 10 minutes behind schedule, but that will not affect how we run qualifying this morning. We will return to our usual format. A good morning to all of you tuning in. Thank you very much for your company. My name's Chris McCarthy. It's an absolute pleasure to have you along. As you can see, we have cars out on the circuit. Not all drivers are out there. To remind you of the qualifying format, if you are a regular viewer, or to those of you new to the championship, welcome along. We run a split qualifying format in Freca. So the field are split into 2 groups. This is done through their championship position. Those first, third, fifth in the championship, so on, go into Group A, and those second, fourth, and sixth, so on, go into Group B. The drivers will go out. Group B are going to be on track first, then Group A will go out. The quickest group at the end of qualifying will form the inside row of the grid. The slower group will form the outside row of the grid. It's as simple as that. So Group B is out on circuit now. In this group, we have Gabriele Mini, Hadrian David, Gabriel Bortoleto, Leonardo Fornaroli, Sebastian Montoya, Lorenzo Fluxa, who gained 17 places yesterday, Joshua Dirksen, who is in the top 10, Roman Belinsky is out there in the 4, Owen Tangavelu out there, the Red Bull Junior, Noel Leon is out there, Esteban Masson as well, Nico Baptiste, we have Francesco Braschi, Pietro Armani, Matthias Zagazzetta, Nicola Marinangeli, and Sebastian Ogard. There's Gabriel Bortoleto in the 85, turned 18 this week. He took the fastest lap in the race yesterday, so could be one to watch. Now, for those of you who missed qualifying yesterday, because we were an hour and 15 minutes delayed, we put all drivers out there for 15 minutes of qualifying. And I tell you what, it went down pretty well with quite a lot of people, quite a lot of the spectators around the circuit. Everyone really enjoyed it. It was a very chaotic session, a hectic session. Drivers having to work very hard to get their tyres up to temperature and get their lap in, find some space on circuit. Gabriel Bortoleto, we can see, didn't get the best of qualifying sessions in, but made up for it in the race, charged his way through the order to finish inside the top 10. A good result for Gabriel Bortoleto, finishing in 8th place. And you can see the top drivers just getting the tyres up to temperature at the moment. Behind him in the 64 there is Esteban Masson. Spoke to him yesterday, wasn't too pleased with how things went in the race, did struggle a little bit, so we'll be hoping to make up for that today. There you can see some of the spectators out there enjoying proceedings. There we have Gabriele Mini, currently 2nd in the championship. We could see the title wrapped up today. Dino Beganovic leads the championship by 44 points. If he wins today, he will become champion. It is as simple as that. Yesterday, we had Paul Aron, though. It was neither of those two who took the win. Paul Aron won the race. It was one of the best races I think we've had of the season. I think it's fair to say it was a fantastic race. Paul Aron steamed off into the lead, got a big gap, but Hadrian David came charging through the field and in the end was only 1.5 tenths away from Paul Aron at the line. It was a really good battle between them. Delano Vanthoff put in a brilliant performance, the rookie getting his first point score, his first podium, putting MP Motorsport on the podium. Kaz Havercourt drove a really good race to finish 4th. I spoke to him and he said tyre management was absolutely crucial. Gabriele Mini, he did some good overtakes as well to come through to 5th. Dudu Barrichello, 5-point scores in a row for him now. He is officially the most consistent driver we've had over the last 3 rounds. Then we had Gabriel Bortoleto in 7th place. After that was Joshua Dufek, then it was Leonardo Fornaroli and Joshua Dirksen. We did have a penalty for Josh Dufek, which put him back a place. Well, there you go. We can see Gabriele Mini making his way down the start-finish straight. Let's see what times we can do this morning. Will they be a little bit quicker than what we had yesterday? Gabriele Mini making his way in towards the first corner. The quickest time yesterday was a 1:40.7, so that gives you an idea of what we could be aiming for today. Gabriele Mini, who was quickest here in pre-season testing, got a great result here last year as well. ART won both races here last year as well, with Gregoire Saucy, who of course went on to become champion. No one yet putting in any big times. It does take a few laps for the tyres to get up to temperature. This could be the lap, though, where I think we start to see the times, which could be determined as provisional pole times now. Hadrian David has just come across the line and done a 1:45.6. Purple second sector, so he's starting to turn it up. He was going to be flying with confidence this morning after that drive he did yesterday. I think that's one of the finest drives we've ever seen from Hadrian David. It was a superb performance from him. Likewise from Lorenzo Fluxa. He was over the moon with how he drove. 17 places gained. Doesn't have that penalty that's going to put him at the back of the field today either as well. So he qualified in the top 10 yesterday, but an engine change put him at the back. Wherever he qualifies today is where he will start. So he is hoping for a much better performance today, hoping to repeat his qualifying performance and stay there. Right, here we go then. Joshua Dirksen has just done a 1:41.8. That's more like it. Gabriele Mini, a 1:41.8 for him, but Gabriel Portoletto, as you can see, comes across the line and does a 1:41.3. Here we pick up Francesco Braschi. He looked good in qualifying yesterday, but said he was delayed on his fastest lap, as were many drivers throughout the session. Owen Tangavelu has come across the line and gone P2. There's Fornaroli. He's come across the line and gone P6. He is currently leading the rookie standings, yet to take a win overall, of course, in the rookie race, though. Will that rookie win ever come for Leonardo Fornaroli? Finished just behind Joshua Dufek yesterday. Josh Dufek 8th, Leonardo Fornaroli was 9th. Hadrian David, purple sector 1, purple sector 2. Will it be a purple lap overall? Yes, it is. Across the line, 1:41.1 for Hadrian David. Lorenzo Fluxa going in second place, 1:41.2. His RHGP teammate goes to P2. Gabriel Bortoletto, P3. So the three RHGP drivers, 1, 2, 3 so far. Remember, because this is the format we are back to, it's not yesterday, of course, we don't have all drivers out there. This is going to determine what row of the grid they start on. So as it stands, Fluxa will start on row 2, Bortoletto will start on row 3, Owen Tangavelu, the top of the rookies so far. Then it's Francesco Braschi, Joshua Dirksen, Nico Baptiste is 7th, Gabriele Mini really struggling down in 8th place, needs to get a move on. Roman Belinsky is 9th, Fornaroli is struggling as well, P10 for him. He'll be looking to improve that. Then it's Armani, Zagazeta, Leon, Ogard, Sebastian Montoya yet to get a lap in, really. He's down in 15th. Out of position is Sebastian Montoya, then it's Nicola Marinangeli and Esteban Masson. Montoya qualified in the top 10 yesterday, so we should expect him to be much higher than that. He's just come across the line. Let's see what he can do on this lap. There's Esteban Masson in the 64, chasing him down, the 46, his teammate Gabriele Mini. It looked like a lot of drivers took a bit of a rest lap there. One driver who isn't is Pietro Armani. He's done personal bests through the first 2 sectors. He was confident with his pace when I spoke to him earlier. Let's see what he can do. Pietro Armani making his way now down in towards the chicane. He goes into the left, through the right now. He might even pick up a bit of a toe. You can see him there getting a little bit of oversteer. That's going to just affect him coming through the final corner and the run down the start-finish straight. He might pick up a slight toe from Nico Baptiste, P10. He lost a lot of time through the final sector there, did Armani, but top 10 nevertheless for him. Joshua Dirksen has gone quicker than anyone through the first sector. Brilliant time for him. Gabriel Bortoletto is improving. Also improving out there we have Joshua Dirksen, as we mentioned. Gabriele Mini is improving. In fact, I'm not going to read them out because the entire field is improving. There's Joshua Dirksen, the Arden Motorsport driver. 2 6th places for him at the Red Bull Ring. He continued that form yesterday, finishing in the top 10. 3 top 10 finishes in a row for him now as he comes downhill into the chicane. You can see Gabriel Bortoleto is finding even more time than him. Joshua Dirksen makes his way out the final corner. His teammate Noel Leon is just behind him as he heads down the start-finish straight. 3.5 minutes on the clock. Joshua Dirksen up to the line. P3 for him. Brilliant time there from Dirksen. Noel Leon goes to P5. Great stuff from Noel Leon. Masson, did he improve? No. Bortoleto did improve though, goes P1. Gabriele Mini is in P2, but what a time that is from Gabriel Bortoleto, 1:40.636. That's quicker than the pole time we had yesterday. The pole time yesterday was a 1:40.7, 1:40.636 today. Owen Tangavillo up to second place. Great stuff there from the young Frenchman. Second place for the rookie driver, and the RPM driver now up into second place. He was quicker than anyone through the first sector as well. Crucially for Gabriele Mini, trying to keep his title hopes alive, of course. Dino Beganovic is going to be out in the next group. Gabriele Mini needs to be beating him in every race. As I mentioned, if Dino wins today, he becomes champion no matter what Gabriele Mini does. Hadrian David goes to third, so Mini drops to fourth. Fluxa is fifth, so currently he will start in the top 10. Then it is Fornaroli who will start just outside it. Dirksen, Braski, Baptiste, Leon, Belinsky, Montoya, Zagazzetta, Masson, Armani, Ogard, Marinangeli. Of course, the other two we need to keep a big eye on are Fornaroli and Dufek, fighting over that rookie title as well. Dufek we will see out in the next group, so we'll keep an eye on where he finishes in the next one. For now though, all the drivers just slowing up, cooling off the tyres, getting ready to go for one more lap, maybe a couple more runs to try and improve their times. Gabriel Bortoleto is our leader, 1:40.636. The other half of the field watch from the pit lane as they prepare to go out for their session. Drivers just coming across the line. I can see Dirksen and Leon come across the line to start another flying lap. We are watching Owen Tangavillo, the RPM driver, who's done incredibly well since joining up with the team. Seems to have gelled really well with the RPM team. Keith Donegan and the guys down there doing a fantastic job with him, and Pierre-Louis Chauvet as well. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, nothing really to lose for him. Be interested to see how he goes. A winner here back in 2020. Out the final corner we come then, and across the line for one more flying lap then, as Owen Tangavillo hits the start-finish line and makes his way down towards turn number one. Just keeping an eye on what we get through the first sector. Right, Joshua Dirksen has improved through the first sector, as has Gabriele Mini, but quicker than both of them is Gabriel Bortoleto. 29.11 for Joshua Dirksen, 29.12 for Mini, 29.0 for Gabriel Bortoleto. Bortoleto quickest on track so far. Owen Tangavillo, what will he do? He comes across the line, 28.9. He's quicker than anyone. Owen Tangavillo absolutely flying. Will we see him put it on pole position? We saw him get on the second row in both races at the Red Bull Ring, but we've never seen him start on the front row. This would be an absolutely sensational performance, but everyone, and I mean everyone out there, is improving on this lap. This is going to be incredibly difficult to keep up with. Keep one eye on the top left of your screen, because it's going to be changing all the time. Someone must have hit the gravel slightly there. You can see all up in the air. Right, Sebastian Montoya improves. He left it right to the death, but he goes P7. Dirksen goes P4. Leon goes P10. Oh no, Tangavillo running wide there, and has that ruined his chances of taking a potential pole position? Esteban Masson can't improve on 14th place. Across the line, Gabriel Bortoleto improves further on his time, 1:40.532. We're watching Owen Tangavillo, Hadrian David trying to steal pole from Gabriel Bortoleto as well. He went quickest through the first sector up to the line. What can Fornaroli do? He goes P6. What can Tangavillo do? He goes P2. So Owen Tangavillo onto the second row, but will he stay there? Because this man is improving. Francesco Braschi goes up to 7th place. Brilliant time from him. Nico Baptiste to 12th as out of the final corner. Here comes Hadrian David down the start-finish straight, currently in P3. Will he stay there? No, he goes to P2. It's going to be a second row start for the Frenchman. Fantastic time for him. Lorenzo Fluxa behind him, the last to take the flag, or one of the last to take the flag. Lorenzo Fluxa goes to 7th. Matteo Zagazzetta will be the last one to take the flag. I can see him out the window now, coming round turn 12 and up towards turn number 13. Zagazzetta has gone personal best through the first sector, a personal best through the second sector as well. A very strong second sector. Here he comes in, a little bit wide potentially out of the chicane, but makes his way now down the start-finish straight, 3/10 off. It won't be a big improvement, and sadly Matteo Zagazzetta didn't have the best of runs through that last sector, so he stays in 13th place. Well, it's going to be a pole position then for Gabriel Bortoleto. Fantastic stuff from Bortoleto. R-Race GP on pole position there. Gabriel Bortoleto, absolutely sensational performance from him to take pole position. Here is the results on screen for you. And that's going to be the first time we see him start from pole position, potentially from pole position. Provisional pole for Gabriel Bortoleto, Hadrian David P2, Owen Tangavelu P3, then it's Dirksen Mini, Fornaroli, Fluxa, Braschi, Montoya, Belinsky, Leon, Baptiste, Zagazzetta, Armani, Masson. After that, it was Ogard and Marinangeli. Right, 140, let's keep an eye on this, 140.532 is the time. If Bortoleto can hang on to it, that would possibly be his first pole position in the championship. He's taken wins. We haven't seen him start from the very front of the grid. However, of course, we have to see another group go out now, and that group includes our winner from yesterday, Paul Aron, and our championship leader, Dino Beganovic. And all these guys can do now is watch on. But nevertheless, a front row start confirmed for the Brazilian. R-Race GP 1-2 with Hadrian David in second. Hadrian David there will start from the second row of the grid. Owen Tangavelu will be on row 3. He'll be over the moon with that. Didn't have a good qualifying yesterday. Much better for him today. Joshua Dirksen in the top 10 once again. Gabriele Mini will start from row number 5, so he starts inside a points-paying position, but like yesterday, he's going to have some work to do. Leonardo Fornaroli will be just outside it. He'll be nervously watching on now to see where Joshua Dufek qualifies. Lorenzo Fluxa, he gained 17 places yesterday. He won't have that many to gain today. He's going to be on row 7, so at worst, he'll start from 14th place. Braschi will be on row 8. That's much better for him today. Montoya, in the end, down on row 9. He'll be disappointed with that, I think. Belinsky, likewise, down on row 10. Was hoping to be much higher, I'm sure. Noel Leon on row 11, Nico Baptiste on row 12, Zagazzetta on row 13, Armani on row 14, Masson will be disappointed with row 15 as well, and then Ogard and Marinangeli, two newer faces in terms of this season at the back of the field. Right, we switch to Group A then. In this one, we're going to have Dino Beganovic, our championship leader. The groups are made before we come into the race weekend. Paul Aron, our winner from yesterday, will also be out there in the number 3. Then we will have Kaz Havercourt, who drove very well to come through to 4th. Home race for Mari Boyer. He took 5th here last year. He's going to be out there in the 30. Our rookie winner from yesterday, Josh Dufek, is going to be out there in the 13. Dudu Barrichello will be out there in the 91. 5 points finishes in a row. He's taken 5 points finishes in total in Freca. They've all come in the last 5 races. Tim Tramnitz will be in the 70. He was one of a few drivers who ran wide through turn number 3. And lost a lot of places as a result. Belinsky was another one who did it, was quite disappointed about it, and after that just couldn't recover, unfortunately. Let's see what he does. Megatunif will be out there in the 17. We also have Lawrence Van Hoopen out there in the 42, Capietto in the 5. Victor Bernier, who qualified incredibly well yesterday, will be out there in the number 12 now. Victor, unfortunately, a team saying to me they didn't quite fully understand what the issue was. They've changed a few things to the car. They fired up the car. They believe it's running okay this morning. So fingers crossed for Victor Bernier that he can qualify well this morning. But a real shame for Victor Bernier that the car stopped on him down the start-finish straight whilst he was running inside the top 10 yesterday after he'd qualified on the second row. But he is one to watch. The FA Racing driver was quickest in both practice sessions on Friday. Santiago Ramos, who had to come into the pits yesterday, will be out there in the 68. Levente Rivette's got his best ever result yesterday. He's going to be out there in the 11. Delano Vantoff, our podium finisher. You can't miss him. All orange, number 77, right there, goes past. He's out there in the 77. Axel Noss is in the 7. Piotr Wisnicki is in the 21. Pierre-Louis Chauvet is going to be in the 55. Could be one to watch here. Like I said, he won here in 2020 in the Formula Regional European Championship. And Amna Al-Khabaisi, we welcome her to the championship this weekend. She'll stay with us for next weekend as well. She's out there in the 88 Prema Cup. Right, as you saw from the last session, it does take a few minutes for these guys to get warmed up. The cars and the tyres, it takes a few minutes for them to warm them up, and then we will start seeing some big times coming in after that. Across the line they come, and there you can see the teammates Megatunov, Boya and Delano Vantoff, the MP Motorsport cars making their way down the line. There is Dudu Barrichello. What a fantastic run of form he is on, putting in some absolutely brilliant performances over the last few rounds. There's our winner from yesterday, though, Paul Aron, the Mercedes Junior. Lights the flag win, although at the end it was a very difficult one for him to hold off Hadrian David. He had his work cut out, having to defend from the Frenchman, who was taking 6 to 7 tenths a lap out of him. Paul Aron, in the end, just able to defend from Hadrian David. It was very good driving, I have to say, from Paul Aron's point of view, because he had a straightforward race up until that point. So for him to go from having absolutely no one around him to then switch back on entirely and defend from Hadrian David, mentally that showed his strength as a driver. And Paul Aron taking a win. And when we spoke to him in our Paddock Live show, which you can watch on our Instagram account on Friday, it was something he said they were confident they could go and do this weekend, take pole positions and wins. And yesterday, that's exactly what they did. Won from pole position. I have no doubt he would want nothing less than that today. He'll want a pole position and a win again today. Currently matches the overall record for pole positions with 8, tied with Gregoire Saucy. If he wins again today, he'll tie the overall record for wins as well. So it goes to show you just how good he's driven over the last couple of years. He's taken a lot of pole positions and wins. Just a couple of mistakes and misfortunes here and there has sadly taken him out of contention to fighting for the overall championship. But other than that, there's no doubt he has the capabilities to fight for championships, and that is why he is signed to race in FIA Formula 3 next year. There's Pierre-Louis Chauvet. Let's see what he does today. Was very disappointed. Said he got delayed on his quickest lap yesterday, and he was very disappointed about it. But like he said to me yesterday, the thing good about this championship is you can write yesterday off, start fresh today, and that's exactly what he's done. So for them, yesterday is forgotten now, and today is a new day, and they can come into it. And Pierre-Louis Chauvet will be wanting to get on the podium. He said to me that they are quick enough to get on the podium here, and I think Owen Tangavelu has just gone and proved that, qualifying inside the top 10. So Pierre-Louis Chauvet will now want to use his experience, his race-winning experience from this circuit to go and do that. Let's see what he does. Victor Bernier, hope for him that, for his sake, that we can stop that car is running okay, because yesterday, of course, we saw the car go down on him. Hopefully the problems have been fixed. It looks like he's already done a couple of laps without too many issues. So Victor Bernier, for now, running okay, and that's good to see. The team worked every time I walked past the FA Racing team. They were working incredibly hard on that car. So a good job by the team to get that fixed and get him back out again. There's Tim Tramnitz, the German driver, making his way downhill. Tried in having a pretty decent run with Fornaroli. Tramnitz will want to get that car into the top 10. He's had a lot of top 10s recently. Right, I think we're going for first flyers now. Here's Paul Aron. We'll keep an eye on his sectors. Remember, the time they have to beat is a 1:40.532. Paul Aron comes in towards turn number 1. Bit of curb taken through there, into the left now. You can see it, let it run out towards the runoff area, get it back across, and now they come through turn number 3, let the car run out, and now they make the run down towards turn number 4. This is where you get a lot of tyre wear around this part of the circuit. Now down through turn number 4, and it's a drop downhill. It's a steep drop downhill, so you've got to brake a little bit earlier than what you'd think here in towards turn number 5. Let the car run out on the exit, use the runoff, and now cut the exit off down towards turn number 6, 7, and in towards turn number 8 here. You can take a lot of speed through there. There you can see, use the runoff to get back across before the sausage curb, and now up towards turn number 9. Blind entry into there, so drivers have got to use their markers to go through that corner, and now they come down towards turn number 10. Again, steep drop down into here, and it's a much quicker section than what it used to be. Drivers absolutely love this section of the circuit now as he makes his way through turn number 12. Smooth as anything through there. You can see his hands on the steering wheel, wasn't fighting with the car at all. It's got to say, Paul Aron is absolutely on tracks on this lap as he comes now out of the chicane and makes his way down through the final corner. Mari Boyer has gone quickest, by the way. Delano Vanthof goes quickest, though, 1:40.9, but I think Paul Aron is about to go even quicker, 1:40.957. So good time there from Paul Aron, but it wasn't quicker than Delano Vanthof, 1:40.910. Paul Aron at 1:40.957. Tim Tramnitz is third, then Dudu Barrichello in fourth. Pierre-Louis Chauvet is next in fifth. Dino Beganovic is sixth. Maseo Capietto is seventh. Then it's Mari Boyer. Sami Megatuniv is next. Lawrence Van Hoopen comes up to eighth place now. Then it's Wisnicki, Noss, Alkebasi, Ramos, Dufek, Havercourt, Bernier is next after that. Then it's Rivets. Havercourt, however, is going quicker than anyone on this lap. There you can see him comes through turn 12, up towards 13, hit the brakes into there, make the run through 13, take a little bit of curb, and then this is the most physically demanding part of the track. You've got to clip the curb through the left and the right, let it run out onto the sausage curb, and now flat out through the final corner. Use all the runoff as you come up towards the start finish line, and Kaz Havercourt goes P2, 1:40.824 for him. Fantastic time. Josh Dufek ahead of him, P9 for now. 6 minutes left on the clock, and Victor Bernier has gone quickest. The Frenchman, 1:40.647. There is definitely no problems with that car. Victor Bernier almost 2 tenths quicker than the rest of the field. Havercourt is second, Vanthof is third, Aron is fourth. Rivets once again having an absolutely fantastic run. He got his best ever qualifying performance yesterday. Did Levente Rivets. Now he looks like he could beat that again today, so brilliant stuff. He qualified 16th yesterday, did Levente Rivets, which was his best ever qualifying performance, finished 14th in the race, which was a personal best result for him. Right now, he'd start inside the top 10 for the very first time, but we still have a way to go in this session. I say that about Rivets, he's improving on this lap as well. The Van Amersfoort driver, teammates to Havercourt and Dufek. Here is Victor Bernier, going slower on this lap. He's had a bit of a cool-down lap. Josh Dufek is improving on this lap. Levente Rivets is improving on this lap as well. Keep an eye out the window for them and see exactly where they are. I think Rivets is just behind Victor Bernier. I think we're going to see the Van Amersfoort driver closing in on him. It's going to be Dufek or Rivets that's just behind Victor Bernier as they come now through the final corner, make their way up to the line. Bernier starts a new flying lap. In fact, that's Ramos that's behind. Right up in the distance, that looks like Dufek to me. It is. Dufek comes up to the line now, goes P5. So P5 for Dufek. There goes Rivets, P2. Rivets is on to the second row of the grid. Bernier runs slightly wide through turn number 1. starts another flying lap, but he is still almost 2/10 clear from the rest of the field. Rivets is second, Havercourt third, Van 't Hoff is fourth, then it's Paul Aron next, but Paul Aron has just done a personal best through the first sector. Everyone's improving on this lap. Victor Bernier using all the track there, coming through turn number 4, gets across the circuit, braking downhill in towards turn number 5. Fantastic driving that from the Frenchman, all running maybe slightly wide through there, but he is pushing incredibly hard on this lap. They all are. Timing screen is absolutely lighting up. Mary Boyer has just come across the line and gone to P12. Megatunif is gone to P11. Dudu Barrichello has now gone up to row 2 on the grid. Victor Bernier looks like he's slowing up on this lap, so a bit of a mistake for him. He slows up and bails out of this lap. Tim Tramnitz goes to 8th. Chauvet goes up to P7. Dufek is into the top 10 as well. Across the line comes one of the Prema drivers that looked like Kabasi, and she's done a personal best as well. So a personal best for Amna Al-Kabasi. Lawrence Van Hoopen comes across the line, goes to P12. We are watching Victor Bernier getting himself ready for a flyer. He's not on a flying lap yet, but he will be very shortly. Aron is in second place, Dudu Barrichello is third, so Paul Aron up to P2. Here is Dudu Barrichello, he's going slower on this lap. They're having cool-down laps once more, so a time to catch our breath back now. So, whilst they are doing that, let's reflect on where we are with everything. Right now, Victor Bernier is on to start on the front row of the grid. However, he needs to find just over a tenth of a second to beat the time of Gabriel Bortoleto. Right now, Gabriel Bortoleto is on to take his first ever pole position in the Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Victor Bernier, however, could potentially beat that. He's just gone quicker through the first sector. Paul Aron is second. Dudu Barrichello is third place, on to start well inside the top 10 once again. Then it's Dino Beganovic who is on to start on row 4. Kaz Havercourt due to start on row 5. Levente Rivets is on for a personal best, and it's Chauvet, Van 't Hoff, Tramnitz, Dufek, Caprietto, Van Hoopen, Megatunif, Boyer, Ramos, Wisnicki, Norsal, Kabasi. Right, Bernier has started his flying lap. As you can see with Dudu Barrichello, everyone else is starting their last flying laps, but Victor Bernier is improving. Here he comes now, hits the brakes, smashes the brake pedal down towards turn number 10. Victor Bernier letting that car run out wide. He's carrying so much speed through the corner, and it's paying off for him because he's gone purple through the second sector. Only himself to beat here. Victor Bernier makes his way downhill now, takes some curb there through turn number 13, into 14 and 15 we go. Victor Bernier is going to get one more go at this as well as he comes out of the final corner. Down the start-finish straight he comes. Will the Frenchman improve on his time? Will he beat that time from Gabriel Bortoleto? No. Goes slower through this last sector, but he's still got one more chance at this. One man who is going quicker than anyone is Dudu Barrichello, and Pierre-Louis Chauvet has just done a 28.9. I don't think we've only seen that from Owen Tangavelu. Pierre-Louis Chauvet has just done a 28.9 through the first sector. Dudu Barrichello has gone quickest through the first sector as well. There you can see he's done a personal best through the first sector, and it's quicker than the time of Victor Bernier. Paul Aron is going quicker on this lap. Also going quicker on this lap is Tim Tramnitz as well. Lawrence Van Hoopen is going quicker on this lap likewise. Here we go, you can see the time is about to run out, less than 20 seconds on the clock. Are we going to see that time from Bortoleto beaten? Are we going to see that time from Bernier beaten? They make their way downhill now into the chicane. We are following Dudu Barrichello, but so many drivers to keep an eye on. Paul Aron has gone quicker than anyone through the second sector. They make their way up to the line. Drivers about to improve. Here comes Van 't Hoff and Barrichello. Will we see an improvement from Van 't Hoff? It doesn't look like we do. Barrichello up to the line, no. Paul Aron up to the line, yes. 140.634. Good improvement there from Aron. Beganovic improves as well. He goes to P3. But it looks like, P4 now for Beganovic. Fantastic time for him. Pierre-Louis Chauvet goes to the top. 140.599 for Pierre-Louis Chauvet. And that is an absolutely fantastic time. That's the quickest time we've seen so far in this session. However, Kaz Havercourt is improving. Here comes his teammate, Josh Dufek. Here comes Kaz Havercourt. It's the party for RPM, about to be spoiled by Van Amersfoort's Kaz Havercourt. He makes his way now through the final corner, down the start-finish straight. Josh Dufek is currently P10, might improve on that. He does, he goes to P6. Kaz Havercourt goes third place with a 140.634. There's half a tenth between the top 5 drivers out there. Absolutely fantastic stuff. That means, though, that Gabriel Bortoleto will start from pole position for the very first time with a 140.532. Pierre-Louis Chauvet will line up alongside him on the front row of the grid. Mari Boyer is yet to come across the line, but he is not improving in terms of the overall time. Here he comes. He's improving on his own lap, though. We might see him get inside the top 10 of this group potentially. Here he comes down the start-finish straight. Doesn't improve, unfortunately, so Mari Boyer stays P14. But Pierre-Louis Chauvet, well, he said to me yesterday that he can challenge for a podium, and with that qualifying performance, he most certainly can. He will start second place alongside Gabriel Bortoleto, who takes overall pole position. Paul Aron finishes in second place. Kaz Havercourt third. A well done to Victor Bernier, top rookie in the session. He will start from row 4. And Dino Beganovic, fifth place, half a tenth behind Pierre-Louis Chauvet. That is how close it was between first and fifth in the session around Barcelona. Dudu Barrichello, sixth, he'll start from row 6. Josh Dufek will start from row 7. Levente Rivets will start from row 8. Van Toff from row 9. Tramnitz from row 10. Capieto from row 11. Van Hoopen from row 12. Megatuna from row 13. Boyer from row 14. Ramos from row 15. Wisnicki from row 16. Nos from row 16, Kabasi will be on row 18. That is the grid complete for today. Pierre-Louis Chauvet, fantastic stuff. He was the quickest driver overall in Group B. And that is qualifying complete for Formula Regional European Championship by Alpine. Join us for race 2 at 4:25 local time here in Barcelona.
Rock.